NBA appeals for the release of Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Okewale. Rivers State Governor Wike advises churches against politicians with deceptive motives. Court ban from expelling and orders. Normalcy returns to Edichi Beach, axis of Malwondio, Port Harcourt, after shootout by two rival court groups. On the foreign scene, stray bullet kills student amid continuing deadly clashes in Sudan. I am Kalada Kurubatbo. Remember, peace is the path to the prosperity of a nation. Let peace reign. Good evening. 398,788 votes. Meanwhile, a federal high court in Abuja has temporarily declined to hear an application by Senator Aisha Binani Dairu seeking an order of court restraining INEC from invalidating a declaration as winner of the governorship election in Adamawa State. When the matter was called, Justice Eko told counsel for Binani, Mr. Mohammed Sharif, to first address the court on issues of jurisdiction. The court asked Binani's counsel to file an address on whether the court has jurisdiction to hear the application within 3 days. INEC has resolved to write the Inspector General of Police Usman Baba to probe and prosecute its resident electoral commissioner in Adamawa State, Udu Yunusa Ari. The commission reached the decision when its national commissioners met at the commission's national headquarters in Abuja on Tuesday over Adamawa supplementary governorship election. In a string of tweets on its official handle, INEC also requested the Secretary to the Government of the Federation to draw the attention of the appointing authority to the unwholesome behavior of the REC for further action. Meanwhile, the IGP has ordered the withdrawal of the Commissioner of Police on election duty in Adamawa State, Mohammed Bade, with immediate effect. The Nigerian Bar Association is calling for the release of a senior advocate of Nigeria, Okewale, who was kidnapped along the East-West Road in Port Harcourt yesterday. In a statement today, NBA President Yakubu Maikiao begged the kidnappers not to harm the former NBA president. Recall that gunmen ambushed his convoy, reportedly killed two of his aides, while 3 policemen in the convoy sustained injuries. Moving on, Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike has advised churches to be careful of politicians with deceptive motives. Governor Wike gave the advice at the inauguration and promised to construct the internal roads as a parting gift to the people of Elele.
My wife, one parting gift I must do for her.
A federal high court in Abuja has barred the PDP from suspending or expelling Governor Nyesom Wike of Rivers State and the state executive members of the PDP in Rivers State over alleged anti-party activities. In his judgment, Justice Inyang Eko held that the fears of Wike and other members of the PDP were well-founded, that suspending or expelling them would amount to the breach of their rights to freedom of association. Governor Wike and 4 other PDP governors, known as the G5, had openly campaigned against PDP presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar in the February 25 poll. The APC in Akokotoro local government area is calling on the Inspector General of Police to arrest and prosecute the chieftains of Rivers PDP, whom it said harassed Rivers APC governorship candidate Onyeko at INEC premises on the 3rd of April 2023. The call is contained in a statement signed by the chairman Akokotoro LGA chapter of APC, Nicholas Ikiriko, for and on behalf of the executives. They expressed shock that Cole was harassed despite possessing a court order granting him access to the documents which are necessary to prosecute the party's petition at the Rivers State Governorship Election Tribunal. The Akokotoro APC described the attack on Tony Cole as lawless, uncivilized, and dastardly behavior by the people they described as PDP apologists. Port Harcourt-based human rights lawyer Aya King says the different factions emerging from APC and Labour Party will not have much effect on the petition filed by the governorship candidates at the election tribunal petition. Mr. King, while answering questions on how the tribunal will be attending to these two factions, said the court will listen more to the governorship candidates and protect interests or their interests than those seeking or willing to discontinue the case.
Now they have gone to court and a faction has come up and the governorship candidate has more interest. Can you also withdraw a case that all of us filed? The answer is no. If the candidate says I want to go to court and the party says I don't want to go to court, I don't think it will stand because I'm even thinking it's more injurious in the way the governorship candidate says I'm no longer interested. And when the party says I'm no longer interested, the court will listen to the party whose interest will be to preserve the suit and they want to destroy the suit. So that's the law.
The lawyer also said despite the fact that it is political parties that sponsor candidates, The tribunal will only accommodate the interests of the party that is ready to go on with the case than the party willing to terminate the case.
Whether the tribunal will allow that or not is another issue. But legally speaking, I don't think the tribunal will adhere to that. Is the person that is coming to say, oh, we are no longer interested in the matter, is he part of the suit? Is he governorship pastor? Even if he is a defendant or claimant in the suit, I am no longer interested in this matter. Does it terminate the suit? The answer is no. It doesn't terminate the suit. It does not. The other parties who have interest can continue with the suit. That is the law.
A Port Harcourt-based lawyer, Eugene Ode, says the 1 million naira deposit required from any of the candidates filing a petition at the Election Tribunal Committee is a stopgap measure to control frivolous filing of cases before the tribunal. Our correspondent had gathered that only 60 or 76 petitioners, including governorship, national and state House of Assembly candidates, are currently challenging the decisions of INEC to declare their opponents in the 2023 general elections, and that 1 million is compulsorily required from any petitioner before the petition can be processed at the election tribunal. Though officials of the tribunal declined to make comments on the reasons for the money deficit as requirement for filing the petition, our correspondent guarded that before it was 450 naira in the previous election petition, and the volume of petitions were more in number compared to this year. Explaining the rationale behind the deficit from petitioners, Mr. Ode told correspondent Soibi Oruwari that it is normal practice and it is refundable if the petitioner has not filed a case to waste the time of the court.
The money it's actually like a refundable deposit, so that if your appeal is found to be meritorious, you recover your sum from source. But if you found out eventually that the appeal lacks merit, that's also is a way of jolting parties to be serious with litigation. Oftentimes, people just come and dump deal and just walk away, and then they just crowd the docket of the Court of Appeal, which is already suffering shortage of manpower. Those kind of measures are stopgap measures to prevent parties who just come to court to take the court for a ride.
The legal practitioner also defended the 1 million naira deposit as a mark of seriousness from the court.
1 million naira is not too much for petrol. You know how much they decide to buy their phone? Anybody who is going for election should have paid this after election. All those monies should have been. Of course, you're also going to pay lawyers who are coming to court. The thing is not for everybody. It's not for everybody. If you know you're not, you concede your defeat and go home, and they know that they have a good cost, a reasonable course of action to pursue. 1 million naira should challenge their life as a definite payment, like a deposit to prove that you're serious about your matter. If they found out that your matter had merit, you retrieve your money back.
The River State Police Command says normalcy has returned to the Elechi Beach axis of Mile 1 due Port Harcourt after two rival court groups engaged in a shootout around 12 noon. The public relations officer of the River State Police Command, SP Grace Koko, said two police patrol vans had been deployed to the area on the orders of the Commissioner of Police, CP Okon Efyong. She also said that no life was lost. It was guarded that the crisis was a supremacy battle over territorial control due to the illegal bunkering activities in the area. The situation caused some business owners to lock their shops and flee the area for fear of the unknown, as gunshots were heard periodically. It was guarded that the crisis started last week Saturday, with 2 persons said to be feared dead. Following the fire disaster which destroyed educational certificates and vital documents of victims, the Director of Academic Affairs in the University of Port Harcourt, Dr. Agatha Ataga, has explained that stamped and signed photocopies of missing certificates by appropriate authorities changes the status of the photocopies to original. Dr. Ataga, while speaking with the correspondent, also stressed the need to make copies of certificates and save them in different places.
Certificates are not usually issued twice, and that is why even certificates are not issued by proxy. The owner of the certificate will collect the certificates by him or herself, and after collection, you are usually advised, take a picture of your certificate and save it in the clouds, save it in Google, anyhow you want to save it, snap it, make photocopies and keep in different places.
Dr. Ataga said burnt, misplaced or stolen certificates that are certified by the academic unit of universities are accepted globally.
If there is an incident of a missing certificate or certificate being stolen or burnt, we request you to bring that photocopy, pay the appropriate fees, and we stamp and sign on it. We stamp it certified true copy. And having done that, that certificate that is certified true copy serves as original and is accepted anywhere in the world. That is what is applicable in the University of Port Harcourt and for any other university in the world. That is what I know it is.
Still ahead, Port Harcourt residents express worries over involvement of soldiers in illegal oil bunkering in Beverage State. Stay tuned as we go for a quick break. Has commended the Ekpe Traditional Rulers Council for graciously accepting him into their fold. According to a statement by his essay on media and publicity, Easter Livingstone, he made a comment while addressing Igbobi people who came to facilitate with him at his palace on the event of his successful presentation to the Ekpe Traditional Rulers Council by the people of Igbobi on Saturday, 15th April 2023 at the palace of His Imperial Majesty, Eze Ambassador Dr. Calvin Ngozi Onugwo, Eze Ekpe Logbo III of Ekpe Ethnic Nation. He expressed joy the members of the council massively turned up for the event despite the short notice and particularly thanked him, Eze Ambassador Dr. Kelvin Anugo, Eze Ekpe Logbo III, the Outer West Local Government Chairman, Honorable Evangelist Dr. Hopi Kuriko, his Outer East counterpart, Honorable Barrister Chief Benjamin A.K. J.P., Eze Igbos, and others for attending the event irrespective of their busy schedules. He also commended the show of mutual understanding and cooperation he witnessed among the first-class Azers in Ekpe and promised maximum cooperation and to bring his wealth of experiences as a retired officer of the Nigerian Army for the development of Ekpe Ethnic Nation. He also thanked the revered people of Igbobi for their total support and conducting him to the Ekpe Traditional Rulers Council. He urged them to support him, promising to prioritize the development of Igbobi Kingdom. Now, the University of Port Harcourt Teaching Hospital UPTH says it is not true that it ordered mothers and their newborns to leave the hospital due to power blackouts. Spokesperson of the hospital, Eleba Meni, in a statement said the closure of any section of the hospital or suspension of services are weighty decisions that the hospital management will communicate through the appropriate channels. The statement said it has never been in their practice to refer patients without appropriate protocols. In business, some Port Harcourt residents have expressed worries that efforts made at stopping illegal bunkering in River State. I take that again. Some Port Harcourt residents have expressed worries that despite efforts made at stopping illegal bunkering in River State, military personnel are still involved in the illegal activity. The respondents were reacting to the incident where soldiers were disarmed by suspected oil thief during an argument over the sharing formula of oil bunkering proceed in Rundele community in MOA local government area. The respondents' unfortunate situation means that it will be difficult for the government to completely eradicate oil bunkering in the state. They also condemn some government personnel who are aiding illegal oil activities in the state.
The military hierarchy have a duty to ensure that such persons' finger in such situations are appropriately dealt with in line with the military order.
Governor Nyesom Wike is kicking against oil bunkering. It is a way of protecting the environment and the lives of indigenes of River State and those residing and doing business in River State.
Persons that are doing the oil bunkering activity are the men in uniform. The civilians are only aiding them. Oil bunkering cannot stop because the people that are involved in the oil bunkering activities are the people in governance. It can cease for a while, but they will still continue.
If the government truly know that what they are doing is not, they have their own action to take.
In entertainment, the team of 50 Cent has clarified that rumors of his engagement to girlfriend Cuban Link are untrue, despite her being spotted wearing a diamond ring. Reports confirm that the couple is still together, but the ring is not an engagement piece. The couple has been together since 2019, but their relationship has had its ups and downs. In sports, former unified heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua has been accused of using performance-enhancing drugs by boxing rival Jarrell Miller. The British Nigerian was previously scheduled to face Miller instead of Jermaine Franklin since tension spilled over between the army and the notorious paramilitary force. Dozens of students remain out. On the news this evening, you heard INEC has declared Governor Ahmadu Fintiri as winner of the governorship election in Adamawa State. NBA is appealing for the release of senior advocate of Nigeria, Okewale, from kidnappers' den. Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike has advised churches against politicians with deceptive motives. Court has barred the PDP from expelling Governor Nyesom Wike and others. Police say normalcy has now returned to Ilichi Beach axis of Mile 1 due Port Harcourt after shootout by two rival cult groups. On the foreign scene, stray bullet has killed a student amid continuing deadly clashes in Sudan. The news was edited by Onyekachi Wonsu. Sunny, clear weather expected in Port Harcourt this evening. Peace is the path to the prosperity of a nation. Let peace reign. I am Kalada Karubatabo. Good evening. Hard Facts with Dio continues after the break. Stay tuned.